Dimensions?
Yes, Dimensions at
Dimensions,
Castro
yes.
Mission Health Center. The phone number for Dimensions is 487-7589. Again, if you're tuning in and we're going through a whole lot of services, if you have any questions, get a pen, get a paper, write these numbers down. Dimensions at Castro Mission Health Center provide primary care, transgender health care, confidential HIV testing and counseling, STD testing and treatment, pregnancy testing, condoms, birth control distribution, and on-site counseling and psychiatric evaluations. On a lighter note, we also have Bay Positives and Lyric, two organizations that are really great. They provide similar services, referrals. They also provide what I call field trips or social programs. Again, a really great service because don't want to be a downer on everybody thinking, am I testing? Am I positive? Do I have an STD? There's also social groups to provide healthy interaction with youth.
And particularly Lyric, it's a good organization for youth that are questioning their sexuality. So youth who are gay, bisexual, transgender,
Or not
or
even
lesbian, or
fully
Right.
identified.
just
Hang out.
hanging out.
Meet other people.
Right. But it's a safe place to be and
Yes.
to be who you are, and you're totally accepted.
And it's grown.
Yeah, and they've been around for a long time.
Yeah. I remember Beth. I'm going to blank on her name. Beth Miller. She was one of the earlier co-founders of Lyric. And also, other than workshops, education assistance, they also provide referrals and job training, counseling, and recreational programs. The phone number for Lyric, the Lavender Youth Recreation and Information Center.
Wow.
It's a long one. I know it's a long one. They're in the Castro on Collingwood, right across the street from the Eureka Valley Rec Center. Their phone number is 703-6150.
You know, and I just want to interject this, that in the event that individuals are not sure where they need to go to seek treatment, that if they go to any publicly funded community-based organizations, they should be able to provide the necessary support and information or referrals to specific services that they may need for themselves or for someone else. And so I think that's important for folks to understand.
So you encourage people to actually drop in. Drop-ins are always welcome.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it covers a whole lot of ground just to even walk through the door or even just call.
That is correct.
You can even make an anonymous call. Am I correct?
That is
Correct.
correct.
Because it's a lot better than going through Google and just getting
Exactly.
information. It's
Absolutely.
something more valuable to have an interaction. And again, Jackie, you mentioned
person.
you've gone out into the field, had one-on-one interaction. Is the information that people have, is it safe? These are all confidential. You don't have to give a name. If you want to find information and be somewhat anonymous, that's an option. You've encountered that in the field. I'm sure you've encountered that. Don't want to give you my name, but I have a friend of a friend who goes to school with me. She might be pregnant. What do I do? I'm sure that you must have had that a lot.
Definitely.
And on technology, Jackie, there's also the sex info line,
Right.
the texting. Can you explain the sex info line, please?
Sex Info it's a way to give information to youth 24 hours a day on the basic information that they might need about questions they have about sexual health. Oftentimes, they try to get information from their friends, and their friends give them the wrong information.
It's inaccurate.
Right. And so this is a way to just text, and in less than a minute, they'll get a text back to their phone with the answers they need, and then they can delete it if they don't want anyone to know the information, because it's confidential.
Right.
And then they can have it. And they can also share it with their friends. But it's a way for them to get accurate information 24 hours a day.
And instructions for sex info, you text sex info. Correct me if I'm wrong. You just text the word sex info, all one word, to 917-957-4280 if you're a Metro PCS user.
Right.
For any other cell phone subscriber who is not on Metro PCS, it's the code 61827. And again, you just text a message.
Hits-
Condom broke? Is that one of the highest ones that you get?
Right.
I was having sex, condom broke.
Right.
What do I do?
What do I do if I think I'm pregnant?
Right.
Lots of questions about sexually transmitted disease and HIV.
Okay. Perfect. Another group that's been around for many, many years, I remember Bay Positives. Bay Positives is actually the Bay Area Youth Positives. Again, it's for youth ages 26 and under. It's another group. There's also a drop-in group. Phone number for Bay Positives is 487-1616. They're located at Oak and Fillmore. Bay Positives is primarily a group for young people who are HIV positive. It's a support group. And again, the phone number is 487-1616. As we're addressing all the youth that are watching or people that have youth as neighbors, classmates, what's one thing that you want to really tell them?
The most important thing that I would want to tell them from my job that I do every day is that it really is important to go and get tested for sexually transmitted diseases if you are sexually active. When you meet someone, you never know who they've been with, and you can avoid catching something if you just go get tested and find out. That's the only way to find out if you have anything. Many of the sexually transmitted diseases, girls do not have any symptoms. So it's important to go get tested on a regular basis if you're sexually active. And I would recommend doing that when you meet someone. Go get tested together. People do not always tell you the truth, but getting tested regularly if you're sexually active is one of the best things that you can do. There's no other way. There's all kind of rumors out there about how you can tell if somebody has something. There's no way to smell something different. You have to go get tested. And it's not, most of those things are not painful. I mean, gonorrhea and chlamydia, it's just urinating in a cup. It's that simple.
That's it.
That's it.
It's just a pee test.
It's a pee test. And it doesn't test for anything else. It doesn't pick up drugs or anything else. It only looks for gonorrhea and chlamydia. And it's real easy to get rid of. It's just a pill to get rid of chlamydia.
How much does it cost?
It's free.
So it doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost anything.
At the most, it would cost a Muni ride
Exactly.
to a clinic.
And if you really needed that, I'm sure you can go to an agency and they give you some assistance to get the money to get down there.
And again, youth, being a young person in the city, being sexually active, you might talk to your friends, don't want to talk to your family. What about all the information? Again, it's confidential. This information doesn't get put on a weird mailing list. There's no spam. It doesn't go back to your parents' house. It doesn't go back to your auntie's house. It doesn't go back to your uncle's house. It stays with you.
One thing that people might not know is that in California, if you're 12 and up, you can access sexual health care without your parents' permission. And you can go and get tested for sexually transmitted diseases. You can go get birth control or an abortion without your parents' permission in California.
That sounds like you really support legal rights of youth.
I do.
Awesome. And again, you mentioned symptoms of STDs. There are no symptoms.
Sometimes there are, but majority of the time...
They can be misleading.
Right.
You can probably think that you have a flu.
And it's best not to go use over-the-counter medication or use your friend's medication or something that's lying around the house.
We only have a few minutes left. What are some innovative things that you're actually doing currently to help educate people about making really good choices on their behavior?
I don't know if there's anything innovative about just informing folks that they need to get in contact with the appropriate individuals or appropriate entities to get treatment, whether it's from getting the checkup from the neck up or the neck down. The fact still remains that if there's a problem, seek the appropriate professional to deal with that issue. And there's no way to slice or to dice.
What if you don't know who to contact?
Well, then you need to start asking. Okay, I mean, most of these kids, if they are sexually active, they have the knowledge and the will to at least ask someone if it's not a friend. And so, with that being the case, someone should be able to render some sound advice for them to at least seek out a medical professional or an organization that could possibly direct them or guide them down the path in which they need to go.
And if I was a youth and I wanted to reach out to you to try to get information, who do I call?
You
What
can
website do I go to?
There's no website. You can call me. I'm at the Juvenile Probation Department. My number is 415-753-7852.
All right.